How's everybody doing today? So, yeah, we got the GMC back, the one I did the rough country lift on. We've actually removed that rough country leveling kit in the front and put a little bit bigger lift on it and some bigger tires. You got a shell, some window tint, and now he showed up with this light bar that goes in the grill, some more lights, and some fog lights. So we got Baja designs there, and this is rough country. So we're gonna install that. Let's see how hard it is. I think we gotta rip the whole front end off, so we'll figure this out. Alright, so we gotta remove the bumper. I think we might have to remove the grill. I'm not sure, I've never taken one of these apart. So I'm just gonna start removing screws and see what happens. That sounds like a good idea to me. I know the lighting's bad, but let's go with the progress report. So, went ahead and undid the headlights, the grill, took all the valves off there, and I went ahead and I took off these 3 bolts separating the bumper from the fender. And now there's gonna be, let's see, you can see 2 bolts under here, one there, one right there, I believe. And then I know it's gonna be hard to see, but up in there, there it is, up in there and up in there. Now that we got the whole front end off here, I actually took off a couple bolts I probably didn't need to. I didn't realize these just popped in, so I'll tighten these back down. And the headlight bolts didn't really need to come out. I wasn't sure. Might as well just get stuff out of the way while you're there. Not a big deal. Throw a couple bolts back in. So I removed all of these. There's a couple bolts back here. Alright, so there's no instructions for these, but as far as I can tell, I'm assume they're going to sandwich back between there. So we'll pull these bolts out, throw those in there, and bolt it back together. I think that's how it's going to go. Now that the light's mounted, we have to, it's really hard to see these, but there's some inserts here. We're going to leave the outside ones, and we're just going to cut the middle ones out. We're going to use a little air saw. Should make quick work out of it. To install just a few bolts, a couple brackets. The one thing I did notice though, let's pick this up, is that they're upside down with the writing on both sides. So I think you might be able to take those 4 screws out and flip it. Hopefully we can, but that's the only way they would fit. So we'll have to figure that out when we get to it. So the wind noise was pretty bad right here. So basically what I'm explaining is now that we got the grill back together, we're going to go ahead and put the brackets on the hood hinges and get those lights mounted, and then we're going to start the electrical wiring. Alright, we're going to start with this passenger side. They are labeled. If you manage to get it on backwards, call me. I'm hiring back-assward mechanics. This is going to be hard to, I'm going to put a brace on here. I don't know if those are enough to help hold it. That'll help a little bit. We don't want this hood to move, then we have to realign it, so we're going to try and keep it where it goes. One side down. You're joking me, right? I think it fell out. I'm not positive. It's my luck. Alright, I was able to pop that little plastic cover off down there, and it was sitting right behind the fender liner. Let's try to drop it again. And hopefully our hood's aligned. We'll check that. Alright, so now that we got those on, we'll be able to mount our lights up there pretty easy. Let's go ahead and do that and finish our wiring, and we'll be done. Find any access to get through the firewall, so drill a hole right through the firewall down back there somewhere, and put a grommet in and run my wires through there. Alright, so we got our hole drilled in the firewall over there. I just pulled off that little pop out from the firewall cover, and now we're going to slide this on up here and get that in there so it doesn't chafe our wires, and we should be good. Alright, so we got that wire all hooked up, and there's some little holes, like ventilation. I think I'm going to try and run some zip ties through here. Try and keep this cord barely reaches, so it's going to be a little tricky. We'll see how it turns out here. Alright, now that we got that all somewhat zip tied out of the way, we're gonna have to figure out what we're gonna do with this, and I have some sticky things that we can use maybe, but we gotta figure out where we're gonna put the switches inside. So the switch panel he got, I think he wants it to go down in between there so we can fit it. Oh, there's room back there. Shouldn't be too much of an issue. We'll just have to figure out how to get that out and see what's behind it, so this should take a minute. Alright, so I went ahead and I popped this side panel off here, and I stuck my hand up in there, and there is a bunch of stuff behind that. So alright, now that we got the whole interior completely torn apart, we were trying to figure out how much room we had back there to put our switches. Now that looks like an air conditioning plenum to run the air down underneath the seats. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut that little brace out of the middle there, and then we're going to heat up that air conditioning plenum and try and melt it out of our way. If not, we'll have to cut a hole in it, which we don't want to do if we don't have to, but it's not going to be the end of the world. So I'm going to cut this out, and I'll be back with you in a minute. I saved you guys the anguish. So what I ended up having to do is there's like an AC plenum back behind here. It's just plastic that kind of goes down and runs behind the seats. I had to heat it up with my heat gun and then just use like a screwdriver or a piece of wood basically and push it in a little bit so the switches would push back far enough and clear. So they're all working. I'm gonna put these side panels on and call it a day. It is hot, hot, hot here. All right, I know it's pretty bright out here. We'll give it a shot anyway, see what it looks like. Well, that's pretty bright. It's not bad. That'll help for sure. It looks good. Looks really cool. I like that bottom. All right, here's the test. There's just regular headlights. There's with the light bar. Here is with the fog lights. There's with the pods, but those are going to the side. Drop the spots. There is just the fogs. Can't really see just the spots. Just spots, just the fogs. There's the light bar. And there's everything. Y'all enjoyed that video today. Got a light bar down in the bottom, we got some fog lights, and we got some spotlights up above. All ran on individual switches, so turned out pretty nice. Wasn't too hard. You do have to take the whole front of the truck off, but once you do it once, I'm sure next time it'll take me 5 minutes. But you know, I just took off basically every bolt I could see until it fell off, and it worked. So. Hope you guys enjoyed that video, and like, subscribe, hit the thumbs up, share it with your friends, and thanks for watching Behind the Hot Rods.